soldier.
It's your guy. I am that guy.
And it's your girl, Majestie. And as you can see in the title, today we are here to tell you about things they don't teach you in high school.
That they don't, but they should.
They should. They should give a class about this. This is living in the real world, something that you need to know. It is very important. And that's a credit score. A credit score has to do with you getting a house, your first apartment, like, don't it?
Like, I'll say this right here. And, like, I thought about this. I'll say probably, like, 2 weeks ago or something, I was thinking, if we was just to ever have kids, like, I told myself that I will make sure I let my kids know as much as I know and find out even more about credit and how it works and stuff, because I would like for my kids to start off doing credit. I would like for them to start off when they turn 18, but, you know, I really prefer them to start off the moment they get their first job and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So they can start building up their credit score, because I didn't know what that was. We didn't get taught that, you know what I'm saying? Whether, you know what I'm saying, like, our mom and stuff didn't really talk to us about, you know, credit and all that stuff, and, you know, what it was, how beneficial it could have been to me, you know, or us or whatever, like, or how, you know, important it is. And I didn't know about that stuff until I met her and her mom. Really, like I was just like, I don't need no credit card, like, because, like, dude, like, it took me forever to get a bank card, like, like, I was like, she used to try to get me, like, she got me into getting the bank card. She was like, she used to tell me, and it was kind of like when we, probably like year
like
two.
The first year.
I just want to say probably like first year 2 or whatever, something like that. But she was like, "Oh, you need to get a card for your money and stuff, so when you get paid, you can put it on the card." And I'm like, look, nobody is about to come into the bank and rob me out of my money. Like, I'm thinking like I watch a lot of TV, so I'm thinking like, or like somebody hack into this database and then all my money get gone, and then I'm like, where my money? And then they're like, oh, well, we had somebody rob us. So I'm like, okay, well, where my money is though? Like, I'm not worried about all that. I want my money that I work hard for to put in there. And they'd be like, well, man, we gotta find it, and you know what I'm saying, it's gonna take X amount of days. Man, rent is due tomorrow, okay? Either you and your boss finna come out of pocket, or y'all finna go ahead and get my money back to me today. Like, that's the way I'm thinking and stuff. So I didn't really care about, you know, bank cards and having all that stuff. But now that I do have one, I know the importance of it. And same thing with the credit and stuff. I didn't want to get no credit card because it was like, to me, it was like, I've seen a lot of TV. So it's like, I've seen where, you know, couples be like, oh my God. Like, and this when I was like kind of young. I was like, well, I had to say like 16 or something like that, watching TV and stuff, where you always see them marriage people talk about some, oh my God, we're in so much debt and all that stuff. And then like you always had like debt collector people like showing up on TV commercials talking about some, are you at $100,000 over debt and you can't do nothing about it? And I'm like, no, because I didn't get a credit card. Like, that's one thing. Like, no, I don't get credit cards, so that's why I'm not having to pay attention to this commercial or whatever the case may be. But like I said, as I got older and stuff, I started to see that credit is a lot of important. I'm still learning a whole lot about credit and stuff like that or whatever. Like, I barely know diddly squat about it now, but I'm still trying to learn about it.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
But what I do know is it's important. It's super important to have, though. Because with credit, man, look, credit is like, how can I say?
$1 million bucks.
I'm about to say credit is like invisible money. Okay, credit is like invisible money when I say this. Because if you got great credit, I can't even say good. If you got great credit, dude, like, and I might be wrong, so if I'm wrong and some creditor or something watch this, correct me. But in my opinion of what I've seen, in the sense, the way I can break it down to you, credit is like, if you was to go and buy a car, I want to get a house or a loan or something like that or whatever, like, of course you go, as far as a loan go, you have to have some type of, what's the collateral? Yeah, you got to have some type of collateral or whatever. But in general, like my best way that I can explain it is that if you got some great credit, they'll let you slide. Like basically, like it's like you be like, okay, I want to do this. Okay, let's check your credit score, mister. All right, here's the keys. Just follow me over there and I'll show you around. Like, that's just how it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, in my opinion, like I said, I could be wrong, but that's just what I'm thinking. And that's just the way I look at it. But at the same time, at the end of the day, like I said, credit is important. Parents, if you know anything about credit and stuff like that, teach your kids while they're young of how important it is and what it can bring into your life, because credit is important.
All right. Nice ramble. And so, another thing before we get into the ways to get your credit up is just, you know what? I forgot it. It's little mine. Okay, so this is the first way to get your credit built up. Get a car. Pay a note. That's one way to get it built up.
I'll say it like this. Because it might need to be for somebody that can't afford a car. What?
Well, I mean, because they got it to where, like, you can, what was you finna say?
I was finna say, because I think I already had a car about this time. Nah, because I'm gonna tell you, when I lived in Memphis, I was told, like at Sears, like, I was told to buy something at Sears and pay on it like that. Like,
yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Like, I was told to, like, I guess it was a credit card to, like, put something on layaway. They told, at the time, the dude, he was saying, like, get, like, I think he said, like, a toaster or like, something he was, like, or a blender or something. Like, get something, he was saying, and just put it to where on where you can just do a form of payment on it or something, and it helps build your credit. I don't remember.
Oh, yeah, when you make payments or something.
Yeah, but but I'm just saying though, for like people that can't afford cars, there's something more simpler than you can do than the moment you hear her say buy a car, you like, oh well, that's not for me. Turn that off.
What I should have started off with is that at a younger age, you need the best time to get a credit card probably like when you start working, and when you start getting a car, it's best to get a car when you start working too. Those are the two major ways to really build your credit. Really, those are like really it. And you know what? Another thing that he didn't mention, your credit even has to do with like your phone bills and stuff.
She said that I didn't mention.
Wait.
One fell, we all fell, right?
It do, because you can't open certain accounts with people. Like, they gotta run your credit. Like, for the internet to get Comcast, they gotta run your credit.
I guess I know some cell phone companies do that or whatever, which is crazy. But I mean, I'm just trying to talk to my yaya that's over. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's 2 states over. Hey yaya, I ain't got nobody named yaya. I'm just talking crap. But that is crazy. They be checking credit score for phones. But I guess that's for something like the iPhone 10. Yeah. But, you know, it's important to have all together. That's what I'm saying. Like I said, I'm still learning. She's still learning or whatever more about it, because, you know, once this YouTube stuff started growing up for us, it's going to be important for us to have credit so we can, you know, prosper in our own, you know what I'm saying, hard work or whatever. And it's going to be important to have and know more about it, so you won't get plucked like Chuck.
And when you get a credit card, like, you don't have to make major payments on your credit card. You don't have to make major charges, major charges. You could just make simple charges like gas, dinner, lunch, and then just make on-time payments. You have to make on-time payments for them to give you better
cause look,
options and opportunities.
They will like be like Chris Brown. Give me that. Like they gonna take them interests from you, and they not joking at all. Like, they don't care if you gotta go and buy Pampers for your baby. Like, they don't care about none of that stuff. Like, all that personal life stuff, you should have thought about that before you overdrafted. Yeah. So if you can avoid overdrafting, try your hardest. But also the best thing to try to do is, like, once you put like whatever your minimum on there, like, put your minimum on there, but just try not to spend it. You know what I'm saying? Like if you can avoid like going on to that credit card, you know, try to avoid it so you can keep on building up towards it. But like she said, if so, you know, swiping for gas, you know, a little snack here and there or whatever. But just don't go outrageous and go to Benny Hunters and be like, I got a credit card, who cares? And just, you know what I'm saying, swipe this. So don't make that move like that.
In some credit cards, they'll have a minimum of on-time payment for you to pay is like $25 up to $30. So that's why I say you really want to stay as low as you can until you could afford to pay back like major charges and stuff. Cause
Facts.
What? Because it's just like, wow, it's something serious. But the something that I do need to learn more about is interest. Because as soon as you probably turn 18, because I know I had offers coming in mail for credit cards, which was Capital One.
I remember my first one. I think mine was Capital One.
I think my first one. I had got you Capital One. You got
my offer. First one was. I think mine was probably Credit One or something like that.
Yeah, it was they
but man, my first time I seen the credit card with my name on it, I was like, "Can I swipe this?" Like, and it sounded crazy. It sounded real hypocritical from what I said at first, but that was the first thing that came to mind. I was like, can I swipe this? Like, is it money on this or something?
Yeah.
And then until I actually sat down and read, like, that was just one of them little dummy cards they send in the mail or whatever. And so I took the little time to just scan over and I asked some questions about it. I can't remember who I asked questions about what they're from. But, you know, they were just telling me all about, well, man, you got to pay interest on this and interest on that. And I was like, at the time I was like, oh, okay, no, I don't want that or whatever. But as I grew up, you know, I was I understood more.
He knew the responsibilities that he needed because, like I said, like it has to do with you even getting an apartment and a house.
It can.
Like, if your credit gonna determine the neighborhood you will live in. I'm about
to say like your credit. Because I don't want to make it seem like you gotta have perfect credit to live a good life because that's not true. But it's just like, put it like this. It'll be more for those people that just, you know what I'm saying, are interested in trying to deal with anything credibility. You know what I'm saying? Like dealing with credit or anything. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's where you know what I'm saying? That's where it's going to start coming in what she's saying. That it's going to even be about like what type of neighborhood that you stay in and all that stuff like that. So, it just is what it is because they got to have some type of way to know, hey, they going to pay us back or they going to be like, is they going to return that Tesla after they done borrowing it for today? Like, you know what I'm saying? They got to know this type of stuff.
Yeah, I know you could afford it.
They can't just take it.
If you got an 800 credit score, they going to know, they good. They could really afford it.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
But if you got a 600 credit score, like, I don't know. Let's try again.
So, I mean, it's just, you know, it's important. Like I said, it just keep on saying, like, it's just important to have, if you into that type of stuff, you know what I'm saying? If you just feel that's important, or if you feel like you interested in, you know, what that's all consists of, what that's all about, like, it'll just be something important to have, though, so. Yeah. You got a friend in me.
That's something that y'all need to know, getting out of school. Even going to college. But y'all also got to know, because this is what a lot of young people do. They get that credit card and go crazy. Do not do that. Do not do that unless you can afford it. Unless you can afford to put that money back on your card. A credit card is only meant for when you don't have the money on you.
But a lot of people, put it like this, I put it like this. A lot of people sometimes can afford it, but then sometimes some things happen to where you lose your job and you can't afford it no more. But then some people know they can't afford it and still be like, I can afford this. like, because a lot of people just probably look at it where it's like, let's say somebody check is, let's say somebody check is like $700 every 2 weeks. So somebody get a $750. You get a $750 check every 2 weeks. All right. So you make that money or whatever, you know what I'm saying? You do what you do. Then you get this card that's coming in the mail out of nowhere. They looking all good and stuff like that, and they tell you, we'll give you $1,500 to spend. Like, all you gotta do is put $30 back on there when we request that from you. You know what I'm saying? At the time, you probably thinking, okay, well, that's $1,500, and all I got to do is put $30 a month on there. Okay, bet, I can deal with it. But, a lot of people just get blinded by how much money is on there, and they think they can, return it and stuff. But then they forget you was already struggling with the $750 you got with the regular bills that you got already. So now you just threw an extra $30 bill on there for no reason, you know what I mean? So that's why I say where it's people that can afford it and it's people that think they can afford it. So if it ain't something you can't do, then you know what I'm saying, I wouldn't recommend, trying to do that right just yet. But if it is something you can't afford to do and you feel like, you want to build up and work on your credit, I would do it. I would find some type of way, because I don't know how you gonna do it, because I don't count your money, so so I would just find some type of way that if you're interested in it, find out some type of way to get the ball rolling with the credit scores.
Yeah, you guys, we really just covered it based on what we would like people to know, because like I said, we didn't know how important it was until we actually got out here and did it. I'm
gonna say this: I don't know how many facts I done gave out, because I didn't hear no facts coming out of my mouth. So, in my mind, all we talked about is how important it might be to have credit.
I mean that's what
how
this
important
is
it
about.
is to have. Okay, because I ain't want y'all to expect no special blooper features to pop up and be a chart over here somewhere and then zigzags coming up here and being like, oh yeah, last month we was depleting, but this year we're skyrocketing.
We wasn't gonna get that deep.
I'm just saying,
because like you said, we still learning ourselves about the credit. So
be that one person to comment, I didn't see no charts up there.
But what we do know is basically the basics of how not to mess yourself up, because if you mess up your credit, you gonna mess up your credit.
Just the way you'll try to move smooth.
Oh, also this is what I wanted y'all to also know. I forgot before we turn this camera off. When you go get a car, they say when you go get a car, you want to make sure you get the car. I already knew when they ask you, do you want a car, they gonna run your credit. And that's how you decrease your credit, by people.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's
stupid to me.
About that.
That was stupid to me. I found that out that if people check your credit, your credit decreasing. That's dumb. Just look at it. Look and see what it is. It's I'm not making no promises on for to purchase anything with you. All we doing is see if I'm qualified for it. So just to see if I'm qualified for it. It's just to see if I'm qualified for it. You taking the risk of taking me from an 800 to a 780 or something. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how the percentage is, but it's still the simple fact of that. I feel like that's something they should change, because that right there make us work that much more harder to get credit. Yeah. But I guess in a way, if you think about it, I guess it's kind of like a hamster wheel. It just goes in a circle. I check your credit score, it goes down, you work more harder to get it right back up, just so this guy over here can check it again, just so it go back down. But who knows? I just feel like that's a dumb thing to do. I feel like that's something they should let go, but I don't write the laws here, so it is what it is.
So
still important to have, though.
When you're trying to get a car, when you're trying to pay yourself, when you trying to
I hope you paying yourself.
No, when it comes to your phone company also, and you trying to start something new, they'll check your credit too. Especially when you first try to open a phone, a contract line, with AT&T or anybody, they'll run your credit too. So remember, try not to if your credit ain't up there, then don't have people always running your credit unless you finna make a for sure decision. This bottle keeps making up noise.
We got ghosts. Alright, so I guess that's it then.
Yeah, that's it.
Well, then why you just didn't end it off then?
Cause I thought you had something else to say. And that bottle started making a noise.
I'm over here doing my own thing.
Alright, guys. So, if this video is helpful to y'all, let us know in the comment section down below. And if you feel like anybody could use this information, at least a little bit that we gave, please share this video. Give us a thumbs up so it can get more recommended, so people can see this video. And be sure to subscribe to our channel. We do a variety of stuff, so we're going to probably come back with another life lesson one day. So subscribe to this channel. You never know what we got in store for y'all. And follow us on Instagram and Twitter.
Alright, that's it for us. It's been your guy. I am that guy.
And your girl Majestie.
Salute TG&M soldiers. And remember, one, love.